We're here at Governor's Island and we're going on an art tour with Sk.Artspace.
Does anybody know about the artist?
Yeah, we gotta talk about it. It's on our side. Return to Governor's Island in 2021 with 2 art exhibitions, outdoor sculptures, in-person classes, literary readings, and artist residencies during the month of July.
Yeah.
That's what, like, I was like, wait a second.
Or hold on, is this where she's feeding them all into here?
They all connected.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, so then she is.
It's the same building.
Where are those feeding from? Yeah, down there.
Woman and first black person to do the program, so I'm like the first lady.
Ooh, congrats.
This Nolan Park is supposed to be like prestigious because this house is right next door to the General's house. If you see like the house with the columns and stuff. So they make a big deal about being in these houses. I got accepted to the program, I want to say like 2 months ago, and it's my first artist in residence, and I'm really excited because I wanted to start working bigger in scale. So a lot of my works here are very smaller works. They were created in 2017 and 2018. And this is probably going to be the last of my small works because I'm working large now. But the concept of this show, it's called Committed. All of the works is from a collection called Committed. And as you can see, like I am a collagist, so I work primarily collage on paper. Sometimes I incorporate different mediums. And so it could classify as mixed media as well. But the show is really about Black women just standing in their glory and in their presence. And it's really just about women being grounded. And so if you see within a lot of the pieces, there are themes like sunsets, there's halos. And so the themes kind of represent a lot of different things for me. Like the sunset represents time and growth. And it was birthed in therapy. I was in therapy and my art therapist was like, do you want to paint? And I had it created and for like forever, probably like 3 or 4 years. And the first piece I created was like a sunset. And so I took the sunset and I kind of like made it a repetitive thing. So it's in a lot of my work. And I actually didn't realize that until I put all the works together and I'm like, yo, a lot of it has sunsets. Another theme in my work is a shift in the concept of 3. So you'll see that in some of the works, not all of them, but like pieces like this where it has like a shift of 3 or 3 heads, or like you'll see another shift here. The shift represents sort of like growth and movement. And the 3 is representative of completion. Things are complete when they're in 3s, like morning, noon, and night, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, mind, body, and soul. And so that for me is a connection to my spirituality and just being aligned as a Black woman. A lot of the works you can see has like connections. I like to really create women who have feet. For me, it just represents being grounded despite of everything that's happening around. And so you see like there's a lot of things happening in the background. It seems a bit chaotic. And it's just sort of like Black women just being grounded and standing strong despite their environment and the things that they have gone through. And so that's kind of a lot of the themes within the work. And then one of the things I wanted to highlight, which the director brought up, he was like, I noticed that there's a gaze in your work, like there's a gaze. So that's probably like one of the things that's extremely intentional is the gaze. It's just like people in the background just sort of like being there, watching, taking pictures. And I just kind of feel like as a Black woman, there's always somebody watching you, like stealing your style or just, you know, just trying to be a part of that culture and not really glorifying the Black woman. And so that's what the gaze is about. Like those people, like you'll see people here just like taking pictures, or you'll just see like people in the background just being and just watching. So that's intentional.
All right, so we packed our lunch and we're about to eat now. Everything's in here. And we did a few tours. Yeah, I did. But because everything opens up around 12, it's just better for us to just eat now and then later go and look at all of the art that's in Governor's Island. We've come here so many times, we've never noticed that these houses, there were art inside of them. So this is a different experience for sure.
Just vibing.
I brought not cucumbers, some chocolate, because I know, you know, after our sandwich. And I packed you 2 sandwiches. You said 2.
I know.
But I think the vinegar.
By yourself? And seep through? How much vinegar you put?
I put a little drop. I put it in a teaspoon, and I put the drop. That's
got
yours.
These just in time.
Yeah. And our plum, and I brought an extra protein bar in case you were hungry. I feel like I overpacked food, but
100%
it's all way better than the both. I didn't realize there were 2 different ones.
Nice.
And I made one for
Looks
Lucas
good, though.
for lunch. So
You got soggy.
it did. I didn't toast it because I was like, the heat is gonna trap in there and then it will get soggy. So I was like, I'll just leave it cold. And then I'm bringing the cold bag. So I didn't think it would, you know, it tastes good. I put everything you said.
It's just a little wet right now.
I put everything you said you wanted in it.
Thank you.
Support us.
And I bought you chips.
And the mission has not stopped in terms of providing opportunities for engaging, you know, emerging artists of color. So around January, we pivoted and we sort of had some ideas on what we wanted to do. And so ever since January, you know, we've been sort of going, you know, full range at it, very intentional about the things that we're doing. And, you know, as entrepreneurs who also work 9 to 5s and have other things going on, it's been a bit of a transition, but the direction is still moving forward. So we have a few projects that we're working on that we're super proud of, and we're just continuing with the mission. And so, you know, part of Sk.Artspace is like the business side, but the other part that's just as important is cultivating community and providing like a safe space for artists and creatives. So, you know, we definitely want to have more artist night outs at, you know, like this. And so, you know, tell your friends about it, tell your coworkers, you know, follow us on Instagram, share our page. You know, it's definitely a safe space for sure. And if you ever feel like it's not, we value feedback. You know, we value your concerns, your comments. So definitely let us know. And so yeah, that's Sk.Artspace. Thank you guys for coming. We really appreciate it. And then I will